Welcome into another video. I know it's been a while. Had a little short vacation, but we're back making one final mock draft before the 2026 NFL draft coming up this Thursday. We are here, A Spiral and Brother. We're going to do another alternating draft, and this one we're going to try to basically guess as perfectly as we can based on the board and how it falls. You went first the first time, I went first the second time. I'll let you go first the third time. We'll get right into it.
I mean, there's no other reason for it to not be Fernando Mendoza. There's just why talk about it.
All right, here at number two, I really do think this pick is between Arvell Reese and David Bailey. Where I have my gripes with David Bailey, he's still a really good edge rusher, but I do think the potential upside of Arvell Reese is better for the Jets at this time. And I think that they will start him playing kind of a hybrid off the ball linebacker type and then move him to full time edge if he continues to excel there. He comes down from the off the ball linebacker position so well. So I believe that just putting him right on the ball right away is going to be beneficial for them.
Here at three, I think they go Maui Noah. I just personally lately I've kind of been thinking that David Bailey's not going to turn out as a top five pick. I know he will be, but I'm saying his actual production in the NFL won't be a top five pick in my opinion. Francis Maui Noah, I think they just shore up the tackles before they get a quarterback next year, and it's a much better draft class overall next year for depth. And the Cardinals are going to stay bad how they usually are, so they can finally get a quarterback and not just have Jacoby Brissett. And why not shore up that tackle position, get the offense? Their defense isn't really that bad, and there's a bunch of D tackles and certain linebackers that they can get in the second round, or possibly trade back up into the early or late first round to get someone like Cade McDonald or an edge. Yeah, their edge rushers aren't great, um, but I think they can spare it for getting a tackle who is just going to stick at right tackle like how he was in Miami.
All right, here at number four, I do think David Bailey goes top five, and it kind of just makes sense that the Titans are going to want the high upside potential with an edge rusher here. And with the information that just came out about Ruben Bain and the car accident, all the teams know it, but I believe that maybe that's why teams are a little lower on him than it seems, and that's why all these insiders are placing him lower down on their draft boards as the draft arrives.
It's between Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles. Poss. I don't think Mansour Lane goes top five, so I'm just gonna go Sonny Styles here at the first one. He's an elite linebacker. We haven't seen this great of or this good of a off-ball linebacker in quite some time. They don't get drafted high, but having the physicals that he does, being 6'5", 6'6", and still running a 4.4 is unreal. And the Harbaugh loves his defensive guys, and I think he'll instill that right away. Even though he's not a defensive or offensive minded coach, when he was a coach, he was just a special teams guy. Anyway, I think they go Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles here.
Here at number six, a lot of people have been mocking them a tackle like Monroe Freeling, but I think it's a little early for him. And so, whether it's a trade back or just a stick and pick, I do think Carnell Tate will end up being a Brown. Now,
Mm.
whether it's at 6 or at 8 or 10, whatever ends up happening in the draft, I do think Carnell Tate is a Brown. I think they need wide receiver help, and this wide receiver class is really good. But why not go out and get the number one who just sits there and falls to you at 6?
Mm. I don't think Jeremiah Love goes farther than this. Washington needs help really on both sides, but they need running back more. Kind of helps Jaden Daniels in the run game too, instead of having JCM's great and McNichols is fine and Rodriguez is fine, but you get a almost elite prospect like Jeremiah Love, He just didn't have the type of production that like Genty had last year. But Jeremiah Love can break anything away in a split second, and he's super fast. Running a 4.38 is insane. So I think Commanders take Jeremiah Love here at 7.
I think here at 8 is the stop of the quote unquote fall for Ruben Bain. It just it's a good fit. I think him and Chase Young on either side of each other, if they do indeed keep Ruben Bain at the edge rusher, would be a pretty serious edge duo. Whether you think Chase Young is actually, finally starting to live up to the hype. I do think Ruben Bain on the other side of Chase Young, who just had his first double-digit sack season, is going to be an extremely good pairing together because Ruben Bain already has insane bend as a guy coming in, and he's an extremely good run defender. I think putting those two together and having another guy like I believe Granderson is still there.
I think so.
Having that rotational edge trio or you know defensive line is going to be good for them and help out their defense that is aging quite a bit and needs to get younger.
Because they released Cam Jordan.
Yeah, which I'm surprised he's still unsigned. He was quite productive at 37 years old or
He's
36
not
years
37.
old.
I
Are
think
you
he's like
sure?
34, 30. I'm going Mansour Delane. They still don't have a great secondary. Why not get the best corner in the class? Um, they lost safeties. They lost 2 DBs to the Rams. Um, and their edges still aren't good enough to take the pressure off of their cornerbacks by getting to the quarterback very quick. So I think Mansour Delane can help shore up that number 1 cornerback spot. Yeah, wide receiver and edge are still needs and possibly tackle, but getting a guy like Mansour Delane at 9 is a great option for them losing so many.
Here at number 10, I believe safety is a more valuable position right now with the depth in this draft class. Therefore, I think Caleb Downs is going to go here to the Giants. I think Harbaugh will love having a guy like basically a smaller version of Kyle Hamilton, a box safety that is the all around best safety and potentially one of the top 5 best players in this draft class to pair with Sonny Styles and keep 2 Ohio State guys on a great Ohio State defense paired together.
Here at 11, they need to get Malik Willis some help. You sign him for basically 20 some mil a year for 3 years, and he has no weapons. His number 1 weapon is Malik Washington, who until 2 years ago I didn't even know who he was. Makai Lemon, he goes up and gets the ball no matter who he's against. I saw this one clip of him against Iowa. The Iowa safety is coming down, about to lay him out. He gets up, lands, catches the ball first, obviously, and lands on top of the Iowa guy just fine. And he's like 4 feet in the air. I actually don't know how he came down with that. He doesn't really drop the ball. The only concerns were his interviews. Apparently, he bombed like all of them, and people were saying he's going to fall down boards because of that. But seeing the tape, I don't think he falls any further than that.
Here at number 12, with defense being the main priority of the Cowboys right now, it seems like either a corner or a linebacker is what they're going to pick, and having these two guys right next to each other, again, it comes down to what do they value more in the sense of what do they think is deeper in this class. And I think that getting a guy taking a swing on a Jermod McCoy and going all in this year, which I really do think the Cowboys are going all in on trying to win a Super Bowl this year for the first time in a long time. Their defense is really starting to round out with the addition of McCoy and potentially another defensive player down the board. And their offense was exceptional last year. It was the only reason they won games. So I believe that as long as Dak stays healthy, this team could actually potentially make a run.
And their offense is always top 5. They don't need to worry about offense for a while.
Yeah. The only thing I could say is maybe adding another offensive line. Maybe they can do that down the board with how many picks they have.
Here at 13, I think Jordan Tyson from his private workout on Friday, he looked great. His route running was super crisp. He looked super clean out of his breaks, very quick too, and he always has great hands, ball control too. Um, but do I think the Rams take him here? That's where I don't know. So I'm gonna go Spencer Fano. He's very, very versatile. He's very mobile. Probably the most mobile tackle in this class. Caden Proctor's up there too. Um, but I think Spencer Fano can move from center, guard, or tackle. And if they need him at guard, if they need him at tackle, whatever it may be, I think they just help protect Matt Stafford even longer. And then they can grab a wide receiver in their second round.
Here at 14 for the Baltimore Ravens, as much as I want to go a defensive player as Jesse Minter is their new head coach, if Jordan Tyson's sitting here and the potential to be this big jump ball wide receiver that the Ravens have been missing for so long, I think that pairing with Lamar Jackson and the new Declan Doyle offense, which is going to be running a lot of play action and deep ball shots, I believe if they run it similar to how they did in Chicago, I think Jordan Tyson in this offense with Zay Flowers as an underneath guy and Mark Andrews being their middle of the field guy. It's going to be a great pairing as long as he can stay healthy. Now, I could genuinely see him falling deep into the first round with how his health issues have been going forward, but I do think that if he hits and he stays healthy, he's going to be a very good wide receiver in this class.
All right. Here at 15, Kenyon Sadiq. They need tight end. I think they re-signed Kate Otten,
Yeah, they did.
but still, they need help on offense. I can see them also taking Vegiwane or an edge like Keldrick Folk, maybe TJ Parker. But I think Kenyon Sadiq, he can just play like a slot role almost, like not an inline tight end. Um, he's great blocking outside the tackles. Like you get Bucky Irving running behind him. No corner is gonna stop 6'3", 200 what, 50 pounds. That runs a 4.3. He's an insane athlete. I just wish his production was a little bit better, but Oregon and Dante Moore just didn't throw to the tight end all that much. But he was great when he caught the ball. He's great after the catch too. He's hard to bring down. So Kenyon Sadiq here at 15.
At number 16, this is pretty rough board fall for the Jets. They took Arvell Reese at edge, so you could say that they are, shirt up there for the first round. They need corner. The corners left are Avion Terrell, which I really like, but after that, it drops off pretty hard in the sense of first round talent, if you would. Wide receivers, the same thing. I believe Omar Cooper is exceptional, and
I think he could
I
maybe
actually
go
think
here.
these top three guys are really good. But then the question comes down to, do they value defense, and are they going to go another defensive player, or are they going to go a wide receiver?
I
I
could see them going
believe that,
edge. I could see Akeem Mesidor if they want to take a chance on an older guy, but
but they literally just took Reese, is what I'm saying.
right,
Is what
right,
I'm
right.
getting
My
at.
bad.
There has been smoke about Ty Simpson, but I believe that if they really want to get a wide receiver, they could trade back up into the late first round and get him, or just wait until their second round pick. It really seems like they are the only ones really linked to Ty. And honestly, I think a guy like Drew Aller, just toolsy. If you'd rather take a chance in a swing, you'd want the guy with the extra tools of athletic ability, or even Wade on the board like Taylor Green. So here, I do think that they're going to get their offense some help, and Omar Cooper has been jumping up the board. He is an extremely physical route runner who is great at attacking the ball, and his biggest problem was his speed, and he showed that he is quite fast in the 40. Now it just comes down to getting that up to in-game speed.
Yeah, in game he just looks a little slow. Here at 17, Lions are sprinting to take Monroe Freeling, having him fall this far. They need a left tackle bad. Monroe Freeling's the best true left tackle in this draft. Their run game was not as good as it could have been because the O line play was not good. the offense in general just didn't perform as good as they should, and that's why they were last in the NFC North. Right? They were last.
Yeah, they were last.
That's why they were last in the NFC North. Defense didn't play well, and their defense hasn't played well for a couple years now. And they need a left tackle bad. So Monroe Freeling being the best true left tackle, they sprint to get that pick in.
Here at 18, it's a pretty easy draft pick. Dylan Thieneman to that already scary Vikings defense just to fill in for safety for eventually the retirement of Harrison Smith.
They cut him.
No, they didn't, really?
Bro, this happened a while ago.
I was on vacation for the last week.
No, this happened like
Oh.
right after free agency.
Well, with the Vikings cutting Harrison Smith that I didn't know until just now, it makes even more sense that a safety like Thieneman or even Emmanuel McNeil Warren, if they fall, go to the Vikings.
Here at 19, I like CJ Allen. I know they just signed Devin Lloyd, but their linebacker core was pitiful last year. Why not get the second best off-ball linebacker in the draft, who's usually would be the number one, but there's guys like Sonny Styles. CJ Allen's super, super smart on field. He just knows where to be in every situation. And you get anyone from Georgia on the defense, they're usually going to be pretty good, except for Lewis Cine. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Okay. I thought you were going somewhere with that.
No, it's just that's the first person I remember that was a Georgia bust.
The Cowboys would have loved taking Allen there at 20 to help out their defense more. So why not get an edge rusher in Akeem Mesidor? I think with Akeem Mesidor being the age that he is at like 25, I believe, they're only going to really want him for his first contract. But if they're going all in this year, you're going to want the best edge rusher available, and that is Mesidor. He is a very good edge rusher. Maybe not so great in the run defense, but I don't think they really care. They have two great run defenders in Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams, and I think that getting an edge rusher that is good at rushing the passer, you can basically try to create Micah Parsons in the aggregate with all their defensive linemen that they've been trying to, pull in right now. And there's plenty of other linebackers down the board that I like. I don't know how much I like some of the other edges.
I could see them trading back.
Yeah, honestly, I could see the Browns trading up.
Yeah. I could see them trading back. I could see the Bills trading up too. To grab Vega Ioane or to grab
Neil Warren.
Yeah. But we can't do the trades.
No. Because we don't have money yet. Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel.
Drop a link or drop a
link.
Drop the link down in the description to get the likes so you can subscribe.
Like the video. Doing a giveaway at 1 million subscribers.
Hey, we're doing a giveaway at 10 million subscribers. Be tuned in about 15 years for that. I'll go Blake Miller. Their tackle play was not great last year. Even though Rodgers got the ball out very quick, that's just because he would dump off and screen plays and check downs a lot. Blake Miller, he's a great right tackle. I saw his clips against Dylan Stewart from South Carolina. And Dylan Stewart's going to be a top 10 pick next year. But Blake Miller won most of those reps. And you kind of have to as a tackle. But Dylan Stewart's quick. And Blake Miller, his feet looked very, very good. And it was just a bad Clemson year. Everyone was bad. No one had production. Like, TJ Parker was supposed to be a top 10 pick this year. And he is not even top 20.
Pick 22 for the Chargers.
Chargers.
Vega Ioane. It's a perfect fit. They get an extremely good interior offensive lineman for a team that's been struggling on their offensive line in general, especially with the injuries. And Vega Ioane and Emmanuel Pregnon are my two favorite two favorite offensive linemen period in this draft class, and so they're going to good spots, and I'm glad they are. Who knows? Maybe we'll see Pregnon sneak into the first round.
Speaking of TJ Parker, I think the Eagles take it's not really that much of a swing, but TJ Parker was great in his first 2 years at Clemson. He had great production. This year, not so much. What are you doing? They need edge. I don't know why people keep saying they need wide receiver. They have two great wide receivers, unless they trade
AJ Brown's pretty much guaranteed to get traded to the Patriots after July 1st,
June 1st.
June 1st. So I think that's why.
That doesn't really change anything. I still think they take TJ Parker.
No, yeah, I mean, there's no wide receivers that I think they would take here. You know who actually would be kind of a crazy replacement for AJ Brown, but in the second round is Chris Brazzell.
Chris Basil's way faster, in my opinion.
Dude, he's so fast, and he's 6'4", right?
Chris Brazzell, yeah.
Yeah, dude, he'd be so sick with
6'5".
Jalen Hurts deep ball.
That's all he does.
Exactly. So give him
Hey,
a deep ball guy.
Don't be surprised if Jalen Hurts gets traded in the next year or two.
At 24, I think this is an offensive lineman. And as much as they are linked to Caden Proctor, I'm going to go with Caden Proctor. Yeah, no, they're extremely highly linked to them taking Caden Proctor. As much as I like Max Iheanacho, like, pretty much the same, Proctor's just a slightly bigger human, and
Slightly, bro.
they are not that much different in size. 6'6", 330. I'm pretty sure Proctor is.
Yeah, but Proctor moves way better. Like
No.
straight line. Oh, he's 36 pounds heavier too.
Yeah, that's like
They move relatively the
they
same.
move relatively the same, and Proctor's bigger and heavier. I do like Iheanacho for the potential of just his footwork. I think his footwork's way better for the potential of actually being good at tackle.
Correct.
Whereas Proctor has just the more athletic ability. But maybe Iheanacho does too, and we just haven't seen it yet. I do think that Proctor to the Browns is like pretty dead set gonna happen.
Yeah, I could see them trading back. I could see them trading back to like 12 with the Cowboys, and possibly taking a wide receiver there, or
just Proctor there.
yeah, and then
like if they really like him.
And then getting like Denzel Boston here. Bears here. I like a Peter Woods. Their defensive line was bad last year. Their whole defense, respectfully, was not great. Safety play was good. I could also see an EMW because they lost Jaquan Brisker
And Byard.
Where did Byard go?
Byard's on the Patriots.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Because they lost Jalen Hawkins to the Ravens.
Right. So I could see an EMW, but I think Peter Woods has the potential to be the number one D tackle in this class by a long shot. He's a great pass rusher, and he just fills up zones. He's a big dude too. He's got great hands, in my opinion, and that's it.
I think if Caleb Banks didn't re-hurt his foot and hadn't had so much problems with it, he would be a surefire first-round pick. But I really don't think any team has them even on their first or second-round board now with these injuries.
Agreed.
And the same repeated foot injury to a trench player is just brutal.
Yeah.
Here at 26, I actually think they go Caden McDonald. I think getting another run defender for this defense
next to Ed Oliver.
Next to Ed Oliver and Greg Rousseau and Bradley Chubb. As much as it's a weird kind of fit, their run defense is going to be good. Like, that shouldn't be a question, especially if they address linebacker and safety deeper down the board.
The run defense hasn't been good the past few years.
Yeah, it's been, as soon as Ed Oliver is out with an injury, their run defense is bad.
Yeah. And
with him getting older, I think Caden McDonald is able to just kind of stick and play and just plug up the middle, take two or three guys during a play to help free up their DBs, linebackers, and safeties.
Yeah. Here at 27, I could see a Keldrick Folk. I could see a Denzel Boston with Juwan Jennings still not signed anywhere.
And it sounds
and Brandon Ayuk's gone.
He hasn't been traded yet. He's still on the team.
I know, but he's not going to they said he played his last snap there.
Yeah, it's just I don't know where he's gonna go. I wonder if what what they're gonna do.
But I think whatever's going on with Trent Williams, they like talked about restructuring or extending him, but he didn't want to, and then they said, if you don't do that, we're gonna cut you. So he's worth a lot. He's still getting old. He's banged up quite often now.
Except last year he played almost every game.
Yeah, but he just wasn't as like Trent
He's
Williams is
starting to
always the number one
he's
tackle in
starting
the
to
league when he's
decline.
playing. But now he's just, I mean, being 36 years old, 37 years old, he's gonna start declining eventually. But Max Iheanacho easily could fill up that role at left tackle. He's a good enough athlete to move over.
Give me the big man Blastoise to help out this offensive line. I really like Emmanuel Pregnon. I know he's been sliding down the board, but I think he's a first round guy. And I don't mean first round talent. Like this draft class is maybe only has 12, 13 first round talent guys, but he is a first round player. Like he is, I think, one of the top 32 players in this draft class. I really like him. I think he's going to be exceptional with the Texans run scheme. And who knows, they could go down and draft Jajarian Price and Mike Washington in the second round, and that run game could explode to life and help out CJ Dookie Stroud.
You forgot his last name.
No, I didn't. I was trying to figure out a way to add poop into his name.
Yeah, well, we know Poop Brain is Jordan Love, so
It's hamburger ball.
I love a Denzel Boston right here. Great fit. He's huge. I'm pretty sure he's 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", 209, and he still runs really well. He has that X receiver archetype. He's got great hands. Seeing him make some of those catches that he did at Washington was honestly very impressive. They need wide receiver help, and with Mahomes not being there the first, probably not going to be there the first like 4 games. I think Denzel Boston might not have the best production just because Justin Fields is going to be their starter. Oh boy.
How many games do we think they're going to win with Justin Fields at quarterback?
1.
If he plays the first 6 games, let's say,
I believe
I think they can win 3 out of the first 6 with him, just because they're going to have a very, very poor schedule
to start. Yeah.
Yeah. So here at 30, safety falls to him. EMW falls to the Dolphins with the absence of Minka Fitzpatrick to the Jets. I think that it's a good fit, surprisingly, with Hafley coming over from the Packers and the Packers defense having loving their 2 high shell safeties and their downhill safeties in general, because Xavier McKinney is a pretty downhill safety when he wants to be.
But Xavier McKinney's a great safety.
He's just a great safety in general, but when he first came into the pros, he was a downhill, he'll crack your he will crack you.
Pause.
You got a dirty mind.
You hit your hand.
Yeah, I know. He will come down and destroy.
He will come to you.
Crack.
Come. All right, let's just cut all that out.
You started that one.
That's what it means. That's what it means.
You're up.
Go Caleb Lomu. Fill up that right side. Caleb Lomu is a great tackle. He's still young. I'm pretty sure he's 21. He'll turn 22 soon. Utah had great O-line play this year, even though the stats didn't really line up just because the quarterback was not great.
They finally got rid of Cam Rising and their offense falls apart.
Yeah. But Caleb Lomu and Spencer Fano, I think that's the first pairing of 2 tackles from the same team in the first round. It's a possibility that those are the first 2 tackles. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
He's just a good overall tackle. He's not the best, but Patriots need to protect Drake May as much as they can. And with them getting A.J. Brown, they don't need wide receiver.
Here at 32.
32.
32. Blue. 32. Down, set. Got your fuck. That'll be the pick. He said it earlier. I don't know if we'll keep it in the video, but
Hey, you can click the buttons.
he's like DeMarcus Lawrence. And I actually agree with that. Great run defender that has the potential to turn into a
Great pass
true
rusher.
edge rusher, pass rusher. So,
And he's super young still.
yeah, super young.
Let's see if I'm actually intrigued. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Where's your damn delete button? Well, get down the diddly, get down the door.
Well, it's a big show. It's a big, big show tonight.
Well, that will get us copyrighted.
Probably.
But that's just the opinion of some ball knowers. Thanks for tuning in to the last mock draft of this year.
Off season.
You'll see us next season. Next off season. You'll see us next off season. See you later.
Yeah, we gotta.